I haven't been taping as much as I possibly should have, depending on how much everybody wants to see. I know a lot of people have showed up since we started this homestead, and I had some subscribers from before we moved up here. So if you want to see more of what's going on around here, more of a daily vlog, I can't promise a daily vlog, but if you want to see more, we'll say every other day vlogs, let me know in the comments. Got a lot of these little flying ants buzzing around here. They keep landing on me and doing flybys. So if you see me kind of dodging, nothing in the air, and some black ants are about that big, with big old wings keep buzzing by. But we do have things going on. We've got the greenhouse basically done. We don't have any grow beds in it, and we need to level out the dirt inside it, but I don't really have time to get over there. Got the house kind of going, got some stuff markered out, got some ideas. I need to make phone calls and double check what size pipe I need for plumbing under the slab, how deep the electrical conduit has to be under the slab, all kinds of things like that. So in amongst phone calls, getting the greenhouse done, all this, I've kind of neglected videotaping some of it. But I do have a little bit of update. I've got some stuff on the trailer that I picked up from a neighbor, free of charge. It's going to help out a little bit around here when I'm building some of these outbuildings. And my kids and my wife brought home something the other day. It kind of adds another project to my list, but it's something we kind of needed to get anyways. So hang out for a minute and I'll show you both those things. If you can hear this in the background, my wife and kids came home from school the other day with some baby chicks. We've been wanting to get another set of chickens, and it's springtime, so baby chicks are coming out, but we don't really have a place to put them. Dude, what's with these flying ants? They just come flying straight at me. It's amazing. Anyways, we've got baby chicks here. I'll give you a good look at them. Hopefully you can see them in there. There's 9 of them in this little dog crate, and they're getting fairly decent size, so I need to make a chicken coop outside somewhere for them. What we thought about doing with these chicks is putting them up in the greenhouse, sealing up the bottom part of the greenhouse. There's a little bit of an air gap underneath the walls. Having some gravel dropped off, dumping that around the edge of the walls so they couldn't get out and nothing can get in, and putting the chicks in the greenhouse for now. Propping that window open, maybe getting a screen door, making that screen door. That way there's a little bit of ventilation goes through there, and we can throw chicken food in there and they can grow up until we get a chance to build a chicken coop. There is going to be some downtime in building the house, pouring the foundation, all that stuff, waiting for inspections. So I'm going to have some downtime to build a chicken coop and a chicken run somewhere out here where the dogs can run around it and kind of protect it from any kind of predators. But until then, until there's downtime on the house, I want to keep the house going, and these chicks are getting too big for that little crate. So we're going to figure something out, someplace to put them where they have some place to run around, grow up, not cooped up in a little dog crate. On another note, I'm always kind of looking out for neighbors that have a shed or somebody down the street that has something that's kind of fallen down, that has some decent metal roofing on it. Maybe they want the thing leveled out. I can go in there and take it apart, take the wood out of it, take the metal roofing out of it. They're happy because it's gone. Any kind of scenario like that, I'm always kind of keeping in the back of my mind as I'm driving around this area. My neighbor up the street, who just bought the property that he's living at, I think he just bought it maybe 6 months ago. He's up there, has a ton of outbuildings on it. None of them are built right. They're falling apart. He doesn't want them there. He wants to basically level that area. He's going to build a new house, new garage, everything. Stop by his house and say, hey, if you don't want any of that metal roofing, says, dude, I don't want any of it. It's all stacked in my trailer, ready to go to the dump. Take whatever you want, he says. So guess what? I have a trailer full of metal roofing. Now some of these bottom pieces, there's I think 8 or 9 bottom pieces that are I think he said 16 feet long. This galvanized steel roofing, and it's not even rusted. All of them look like that top piece. There's one piece in there that's like it's cut at an angle. Whoever built the structures that are up there didn't know how to build anything. And as he was building it, he just kind of cut things at angles to make everything fit and make everything work. But there's a lot of metal roofing in here that was out of the middle of his structures, and it's perfectly fine. It's full sheets. This metal roofing is going to come in handy when I'm building things like the woodshed or the chicken coop, or who knows what else that happens to need a roof. Galvanized metal roofing isn't cheap. Well, this stuff is. So I scored a good deal on some metal roofing. None of it's rusted, none of it's hurt. There's a couple pieces that are fairly long, maybe 10 feet long, and they'll have a hole cut a couple feet in. Well, I can just cut that part off and use the rest of it. There's, I think, 3 different types, different styles of metal roofing. And other than the long galvanized sheets that are plain galvanized, I think there's 2 or 3 different colors. The beautiful thing about the different colors is that you can clean them off really good and take this rubber coating that you roll on with a roller, a paint roller. It's used for metal roofing, it's used for well, actually I think it's used for camper roofs more than anything. But you roll it on with a roller and you can get white, black, tan, I think a couple different colors you can get it in. But I've got a 5-gallon bucket that's probably half full of white. So any of this metal roofing that matches with style but not in color, I build a woodshed, I put the metal roofing on, I just go clean it and then roll this white roofing, plastic, rubberized stuff on, and it all matches again. I need to find a place to put all this metal roofing. And I'm thinking somewhere next to the pump house maybe up by the Connex box, someplace flat where I can put a couple pieces of this lodgepole pine that I've cut down, put a couple pieces of that down, and then put the metal roofing on top of it. I've got to take this trailer and go into Home Depot, Lowe's, some hardware store. I've got to get form boards for the concrete in this house. I've also got to make some phone calls about the plumbing that's underneath the house, how big around. I'm pretty sure it can be 3-inch, but some paperwork in there I was reading through last night says it needs to be 4-inch. So I need to double check that. Make sure I buy the right size plumbing to go underneath the slab before I build the whole thing, and then call an inspector out to look at the plumbing, and he says it's built out of the wrong size. So phone calls tomorrow, but I need the trailer tomorrow to get form boards and plumbing supplies for the slab. There's also a piece of conduit that goes in underneath the slab for the electrical. But for now, I'm going to concentrate on getting this metal off of here and stacked up somewhere nice and neat. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow when I find out more about the plumbing and I get the form boards, figure out where everything's going to go, and then we'll start digging probably this next week. Dig the footings, dig the plumbing, get it all set up. Hopefully get some inspections going. Take it easy, guys. Until next time, go make something.